bro, so a lot of people online are talking about sexual transmutation, but to be honest, I typed that in on YouTube once, and bro, I did not understand anything they were saying. They were talking about how you convert it into like your urges into energy, but here's how you do it, and it's like it seemed so complicated, or it was like it was too vague. So it's either too complicated or it's too vague. It was just like, okay, just put it into your work. And I was just like, okay, but how? I wanted more instruction. So I almost gave up on sexual transmutation. I just thought, whatever, bro, just use willpower against the urges. But recently, I don't know how recent, but recent enough, I watched a YouTube video by a YouTuber named Jack Piggott. You might have seen him. And he finally explains sexual transmutation in a way where literally a 5-year-old could understand it. And that's exactly what I needed, because when it comes to sexual transmutation, I genuinely had the equivalent of a brain age of a 5-year-old, and I just felt clapped. When I started implementing what Jack Piggott said, when I started to actually start transmuting my energy and actually put it into delayed gratification, into my work or into exercising or whatever I wanted to do which was productive, I had a lot of energy to do it. I felt so good about it. And now that I know how to, I'm not good at this on level 1, but it's really helpful to be able to sexually transmute my energy, and now I can put it into my work. I'm gonna make things seem very simple. So if it's I'm transmuting my energy and it's just I sound like a crackhead right now, don't worry. I'm gonna explain it in simple terms. You know what? We need to talk about this first. A lot of people don't know how to sexually transmute their energy because they waste their energy. When they experience an urge, what they do is they experience that urge and they immediately link that and associate that to once I get an urge, once I get hard, or once you know what I mean, once I feel sexually aroused, I go and watch porn. That's what most people do with their energy because they don't know what else to do with it. Does that make sense? Because the truth is, bro, these evil porn companies, they do monetize your natural sexual energy. They monetize your urges and your lust. They monetize your symptoms of high testosterone. That's what it is, bro. They monetize that stuff. And so they want to make you feel these sexual urges because if let's think about this logically, right? If I feel sexual urges and I go and watch porn, what are the porn companies' main objective then? To make you feel these urges as much as possible so that you go and watch porn as much as possible. It's really messed up, but that's just how it is. And I don't want any young men watching porn because it is so horrible for us, man. I'm gonna give you this knowledge to transmute your energy in hopes that this is one thing in your toolkit so that you can stop watching porn, so that you can finally feel like a human rather than a goblin. I want it so that you don't feel shameful, because you know what happens after you watch porn, bro. You feel like a loser. And it's not just temporary, bro, because even the next day when you're walking to school, for some reason, you just feel like a weirdo. It's almost like in the back of your mind, you know that other people know what you did yesterday night, or even this morning for some people, bro. You feel weird, you feel shameful, and I don't want you to feel like that anymore. So I'm going to teach you how to transmute your energy. What you need to do is, it's so simple, right? It kind of annoys me how simple this is and I haven't done it. This is going to annoy you to a degree. It's just realize that these urges are just energy. So you know how we have energy for things, you know how we feel motivated to do something. Like when we get an urge, we feel quite motivated to, usually for most of us, it would be we feel quite motivated to fap or just sit there and think about sex or something, right? That's what most of us do. You just need to notice that as energy. So when you experience an urge next time, here's what I want you to do. Literally just recognize it as energy. And you'll notice, or energy or motivation, if you don't really rock with energy as a thing. It's like motivation. It's like it. You have drive to go and do something. That's energy, right? That's motivation. You want to pursue something. When you recognize it as energy, what you realize is that this energy doesn't need to be directed into porn, masturbation, or I don't really want to say the third thing, but you could go on Urban Dictionary if you want to find out. But it usually you don't have to put your energy into something sexual. It's just energy to do something. And so what do? We put it into productive things. We delay gratification. We exercise, meditate, journal, literally any of the good habits. I've got like a whole playlist on my channel talking about the good habits, so you could go and watch that if you want. It's as simple as that, and it's actually so annoying how for so long I didn't understand this. And hopefully it's kind of getting across. It's like, I could explain. I just thought then I might as well explain it to you. So there's an Andrew Huberman podcast on dopamine, and dopamine is essentially like the molecule, the neurotransmitter, big words, right, of motivation. It's like we could say the molecule. It's the molecule of motivation. And when you get a sexual urge, your dopamine is actually rising up because it's motivation to do what? At a primal level, what it is to do is to go and clot. It's as simple as that. It's to go and have sex, right? Simple as. What porn does is it manipulates you into almost getting that feeling of sex without actually having to go and pursue women in the real world and whatnot. And if you can't get women, what you can do instead is do things which would result in you getting women, for example, exercising or getting your money up or building some status, you know what I mean? The sex or things that would lead to you having sex in the future. What we can do is essentially do this, where we do things, we pursue things that will lead to us having sex in the future. Because when it's with this, it's like, well, you could think, okay, well, I don't have women now, so what am I going to do? I'm going to watch porn. Or I'm going to go on a dating app for 3 hours. Or, just something random like that. Or going to scroll on Instagram or whatever. But if we remove this as an option, and we only focus on this, things that will lead to us having a partner to have sex with, then we can start doing things productively. So I hope that makes sense. If you really just don't understand the last part, don't worry about it. Simply, here's the actionable steps, right? When you feel the urge, recognize it as energy, not an urge to go and watch porn or whatever. Literally just recognize it as energy and motivation to do anything. And then, once you've done that, literally just go and do the hard work. Literally just go and do the thing that you've been procrastinating on, do the thing that you know you need to do, like exercising, reading, journaling, whatever, you know what I mean? And that's it. I hope you can really learn to transmute your energy, bro. Because once you learn how to do sexual transmutation, and it's not that hard, once you learn to do that, bro, you can finally get rid of this porn addiction. And if you can get rid of that porn addiction, then your life just becomes better because you've heard about all the Nofap benefits, bro. You start feeling like a goblin, like you actually feel like you can interact with humans without feeling weird. And bro, I'll be real with you, a lot of other people can tell if you're a fapper or not. Like it or not, a lot of people can tell if you're a fapper or not. Like, they just have to look at you once. And you don't want to be that guy who gets looked at and everyone's looking and they're certain that you are a fapper. They're like, yep, E-defo wanks. Like, you don't want to be that guy, right? So you've got to learn to sexually transmute your energy. And once you do, you can finally destroy these porn companies with us. Because if we can destroy these porn companies, then no one else has to suffer the same way we have. That's just beautiful, man. I genuinely want to get rid of these porn addictions in young men, bro, because it's actually, and every single modern addiction, bro, because it's honestly, it's making young men suffer, bro, and I don't want to see young men suffer anymore. I've got a one-to-one coaching package in the description, which is the first link, which teaches you how to break these bad habits and start doing the good ones. If you're interested in that, hop on a call. I'll see you later. Yo, I do one-to-one coaching on breaking bad habits. It's not free, it's paid, but if you're interested, the link's in the description. Safe.